A lot happening, isn't there? Things have been unfolding. Our unelected Prime Minister said if we're not careful, things will descend into mob rule. I've seen some mob rule. I'll talk about that. Very much so. Another 35 million, is it? Added, that's not the budget, added to the budget for MPs protection. Who are we protecting them against? I say we, because it's taxpayers' money. Like the 8 million a day that goes to hotels that house asylum seekers. Do you really think it's 8 million? Way more. Then we've got the 16,000 houses the Home Office have bought. That's got a daily cost as well. That's going to cost millions a year. The mob thing started about October. We all know what it's about. It's now becoming darker and darker. People turning up at people's houses. People turning up at council meetings. People intimidating people. People, especially in London, not being able to go about their daily business. Mob rule. We had some riots in Manchester. Following on, this is in Manchester town centre and Salford, because Salford is not Manchester. Salford Massive is a city in its own right. When I went, apologies, I thought Manchester was the city and Salford was a part. No, it's not. Yeah, we had some riots. They followed on from riots in London. In London, I had a friend who lived on Oxford Street. Oxford Street, one end was burning. He was in the middle. The other end was the police in riot gear. He had a little mosey on down. Why aren't you down there dealing with the mob? We've been told to stay here. What if that mob comes up to where I live? You're on your own. That's what he got told. So we got some riots in Manchester. People were arrested, and Salford. People were arrested. They ended up in prison. One lad, a regular homeless guy, got caught in Iceland on Salford precinct eating a nice lolly. I believe he was drunk. He got arrested. He got 6 months. It's not a bad deal for him, is it? He was homeless. He was no problem when he come into prison. And being in prison, you know, some form of heating, some sort of bed, some protection from the outside elements was no bad thing. About 200 youths, there or thereabouts, were on Deansgate in Manchester. They then moved on. They went up the A580 towards Walkton. They stopped at a new police station on the way, Pendlebury, I believe it were called, at Swinton, there or thereabouts. The point is, it was a new police station, it was modern, it was large. They'd been on Deansgate, some people had set fires. This is mob rule. Think Ireland, after the stabbings. We've not heard about the poor teacher and them poor kids that were stabbed, have we? Why not? I'd like to know how they're getting on. I'd like to know that they were all right. They were making progress. But it's all gone quiet. Nothing on that front. However, there was a legal, decent protest in Dublin. And at night, when a lot of people had probably gone home, and there were people challenging the looters, because that's what it turned into. There were people, good Irish people, challenging him. But after dark, it just became feral youths setting fires, looting shops. So Manchester, I know some of the lads, who were involved in that mob. They were angry. And I'll tell you right now, Manchester Metropolitan Police were clueless, didn't have the manpower, and couldn't deal with that mob. It moved about the city from Manchester towards Salford. It absolutely destroyed Salford precinct. That's an area, some shops and the like, looted destroyed, vandalised. And then it attacked the police station. See, none of them lads got arrested. Might have been some lasses. The police wouldn't and couldn't get near them. They were angry youths. They pelted the police station, vehicles, Molotov cocktails and the like. That was 200 people terrorising Manchester and Salford. Mob rule. He's recognising now we've got a problem. We're going to protect MPs from these people. These people, culture, religion, background, third world, violence, are being distributed amongst us. They're buying homes. The Home Office, which is so corrupt, is just distributing these people around the country. When people really get fed up, I do believe there'll be protests in this country, especially in the big cities. And after dark, when probably the people who work, who got angry and upset and wanted to have a voice and a presence, go home, it'll leave the feral mob. Fires, looting. Police won't be able to deal with it. They're not dealing with the issue now that we can see in front of our eyes. It's on TV, it's in London every weekend. Don't go here. The mob, not all of which are or will be bad people, but there are elements of terror and the like amongst them. There is people preaching hate against British people and British culture. Going places, stopping people going about their business. Businesses are suffering, stopping people going into and from work and the like. Mob rule. Damn right it's descending to mob rule. They've just had a by-election in Rochdale. The winner basically has got voted in because the opposition, Labour, withdrew their candidate after comments about what's going on in Gaza. The MP who got voted in, an independent, was all for Gaza, and he's made that quite clear. Rochdale is one of them communities, particular culture and religion. The Reform Party, which are very similar for me to the Conservative Party, reported incident after incident after incident, threats, intimidation and the like, to the point where they felt they couldn't campaign. Couldn't go out on the streets and meet the public for fear. MPs are now in fear. They're protecting themselves. Extra security, big budget, millions every day. People are still coming to this country, and here's the thing, if you are an asylum seeker and you fail, nobody's sending you home. They can just stay. It's hard to control. It's affecting me and you. It is mob rule. It's intimidation. You're not dealing with it. When the British public actually start protesting at what's going on, and do believe they will, like I say, after dark, it will descend. Like Dublin did. Like Manchester and Salford did after the London riots. There were other cities too, and the police couldn't control it. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks for coming. God bless you all. Al Sidi.